Hey, welcome to Connected and Confident with Melissa J. Scott. Doing something a bit different with this episode. It's coming to you in 3 parts and it is pretty personal and hopefully interesting to a lot of you if you have ever doubted yourself or wanted to set yourself a challenge that is slightly different to what you've ever done before and you wanted to understand yourself better, get to know yourself better and achieve something in your life. So what I've done is document the last 3 weeks of my preparation in getting ready for my body sculpting competition that I did last October in 2022, when I drove from Sydney all the way to Adelaide to compete in the ICN Season B. I was in the over 50's bikini and I also did bikini mamas and I did the formal wear as well. Oh, you do this in video well.
Oh.
Yeah. Except our sound's connected.
I'll have to learn that.
I know. Hey, so it's Sunday. 1 week until next Sunday when I'm competing, and this means it's peak week, which apparently is a crazy wild week. I'm being carb depleted at the moment, which I thought that was what was happening the past 2 weeks. Apparently I'm more carb depleted, and that, this is layman's terms, shrinks down the muscles, bring them down quite fat, sort of takes all the moisture out of them, all of the liquid, and then right towards the end we pump me up with carbs, and then that fills the muscles up, they pump back up and they're nice and full. So that's sort of, I've got skin right now over the top of my muscle, which is flattened out, so it looks a bit flabby in some areas. So apparently it's going to all plump up and look really lovely and fleshy and firm and very, very hot, which is what you want to be in a bikini competition. So how do I feel? I'm super tired today, but it doesn't help. I only had 4 hours sleep last night because I also sing in a band, and we had our last gig before my competition last night, and we drove 4 hours north for that gig, did the gig, which is, it was a 4-hour thing, and then finally fell into bed about 2 o'clock and woke up 6 o'clock this morning and got out and about on the road and doing stuff, having a bit of fun. And so yeah, I'm always tired after a gig anyway, but particularly when I'm this depleted with energy and not eating my full carbs, it's something else. So it's a wild ride, it's exciting. And you can see here, which is I found like a bar studio in my gym, and it's so fantastic because I come down here, it's at the back of the gym, no one knows, and I get in my little teeny bikini and I practice down here. There's mirrors everywhere, which is so cool. And I practice down here and then send the videos through to Emma because we all know she's remote, she's in Adelaide, and this is where I train. But you can sort of see I am looking lean. I still have no sign of any abs, which is quite amazing. I don't know how lean you got to get before you can start to see abs, because I know I've got abs somewhere because I can do sit-ups really easily, and I don't know where they are. I still haven't seen them, and I'm pretty lean. I think I'm down to like 53 kilos now, which I've not been this weight since I was 21, and even when I was 21 I wasn't 53 kilos for very long. It was only when I went on a trip to Thailand and got very depleted that I ended up being that small. It's do or die now. It's really crunch time. I've got a day off today, thank God. I've come in here and trained just for my posing. I spent probably an hour posing, and back on the weights tomorrow, back on cardio for another 3 days, and then I think we start to wind back. So stay tuned for more news. Hey, so it's Monday of peak week, which I guess is day 2 of peak week, 6 days out from competition. If I'd made this video this morning, it would have been a pretty miserable video. Something serious is going on in my body. I believe it's called ketosis or something like that. I'm not eating carbs, and look, I've been reducing carbs for the past few weeks, but I'm not eating carbs at the moment, and I explained that in the earlier video about how it depletes all the liquid out of your muscles, and then you can pump it back up again when you do have carbs. It's all part of like getting you ready for the comp. But man, you go through such a brain fog. It's almost called like a no-carb flu. I Googled it because I had to see what the hell was going on. My coach warned me about it, but I still consulted Google because I wanted to know. But brain fog is real. It really messes with your emotions and your mood swings, so you can feel quite flat and a bit upset. So you got to be really careful you don't take stuff out on people that really care about you. That, I'm a bit down in the dumps because my partner's not coming to watch me, my son now can't come and watch me. I got very down in the dumps about that, and I was feeling very low and sorry for myself. So it's not the kind of energy I need to take into the comp. I need to really be thinking about what is working for me. My sister's going to be there, and my coach is going to be there, and people on her team are going to be there. And it's, not everybody else's fault that I picked a comp in Adelaide when I live in Sydney. I think the whole point of this is I'm known for my positive attitude, and I did not have a positive attitude this morning. So it's, you want to remember who you are and be true to yourself and your values. And don't forget, in this process of when you start depleting, which goes on for quite a few weeks, that, don't lose the sight of who you actually are and change. That's my little pep talk for anybody that's going to be going through this in the future. The reality is too, when you're doing this carb depletion, is like I've got this really gross taste in my mouth, like you do get bad breath from just consuming so much protein and fats, and the brain fog is real, the fatigue is real. But you know what was interesting? I just couldn't face going to the gym first thing this morning, so I came around 1 o'clock this afternoon after I did a bit of work this morning. I feel heaps better. I actually did a really great gym session, and it was my last leg day today, so I really made it count. And of course, then I'm full of remorse and wish I'd worked my legs harder, because my top half's developed really well, but my bottom half is probably not as fabulous as my top half. So that's something is, all the work's done. This is the prep week now of just being the best you can possibly be with all the work that you've done over the months and months leading up to it. So if somebody's watching this and planning for the future, is don't shortchange yourself on any training sessions leading up to this. Every session you do counts, and I've done close to 500 sessions now, because I was going at this over a year, because last year it got knocked on the head, but first of all because of COVID lockdowns, and then second of all I broke my wrist, which would have been 2 weeks out from the competition. In a crazy random, just standing at the beach accident, I got knocked over by a wave and I was standing in knee-high water. So, that could have easily have happened and I was competing. So I'm walking around very tentatively and carefully this many days out from comp. I'm really happy with how I look, to be honest. Like, that's the other thing too, when you're in a bit of a brain funk, a brain fog, you can doubt yourself. And I was doubting myself this morning. I was quite worried, and I send daily videos and photos through to my coach. And she came back, and I believe her. She said she's 110% happy with how I'm looking, just really happy with how all the weight's come off and what's revealed muscle-wise under there, because I'm a petite person by nature. And so, I've lost, not only have I lost fat, I've lost muscle as well, but there's still plenty of muscle there. I'm in the bikini comp, which, we're not judged on our muscle, but on our all over look. But for a small figure like mine, I need muscle to fill me out. It's not a skinny comp, as my coach always says to me. It's, you want to have a really well-rounded, nice shape, nice curvy shape, and I need to build that with muscle. So yeah, it's such an interesting process. So 6 days out, I'm eating, oh my gosh, mainly fish and chicken, a little bit of veggies, and I had 5 eggs today, the 5 egg whites mixed in with 2 eggs and a handful of mushrooms. I made up the most blandest tasting omelette you're ever going to have. But honestly, I'm just beyond caring about the food aspect. It's only 6 days, then I can eat what I want. I know most people don't understand. I'm kind of very isolated and alone doing this. There's not many people. A lot of people are interested, but it's not their world, and I don't really hang out with other people that are doing this, so it is a little bit lonely. Anyway, it's fun, and my advice to you guys is that if you are doing this yourself, get in with a group of other people that are doing it too, to keep you really motivated and inspired, and someone to talk to in these kind of like weeks leading up to it, because man, it's been tough. The tiredness is real and it's tough, and life goes on, So I just finished working out at the gym. That's my last session. I just did arms and I did a 4K run on the treadmill for my cardio. That was my last session in my regular gym. I'm now going to, it's Wednesday, and this is peak week, as you might know if you've been watching the other videos, and I'm going to be doing a 14.5-hour drive shortly to Adelaide. And first of all, I'm going to have some carbs. Thank God, because I'm dying to have some carbs. But I just wanted to say something about the gym. Like, when I first started doing this journey, I was really funny about the gym. I said to my trainer then I did not want to go to the gym. I had a little home gym. Poor trainer. I had to sort of like put a whole thing together for me because of my fear of the gym. I think back in the 80s when I was a kid, we used to run around in leotards doing aerobics and stuff. And guys would do weights and work out in the gym, and the chicks would just be in the aerobics area. You know, it was all very regimented like that. But it's not like that anymore. People are really nice. They don't even talk that much. I'm always plugged in. So, you know, I listen to podcasts a lot. And all the equipment is there that you need. And I think my development has been a lot better for working out in a proper gym. Oh my God, finally on the road. I left way later than what I thought I was going to. Today I'm driving 730 kilometres, I think, to a little town called Hay, which is pretty much halfway between Sydney and Adelaide. Most people think I am nuts driving this rather than just flying, but if you saw how much crap I was taking, you'd understand. And I think I like the drive. It calms me down. I'm going to listen to lots of tutorials about peak week and, you know, what it's like to be competing, you know, really get immersed in it. I'll listen to high performance type podcasts. I'll sing a bit, listen to some music. You can see I've got my bikini on underneath, which is pretty funny because I started back on carbs today, which means that I also have to, after I eat a carb meal, half an hour later I have to stop somewhere and take photos of my body so we can see how my body has responded, because we have put it in a state of ketosis, I hope. The past few weeks I've had very little carbs, lots of fats and lots of protein, and that was really depleted in energy, so hopefully I'll be feeling heaps better for the drive too as these carbs start to kick in and get back and fuel my brain, which is really good to be not driving 14 hours with brain fog. And I need my bikini on so you can document how my body changes when the carbs hit it, because apparently the muscles fill right back up with liquid, fluid, whatever you want to call it, water, and they become fuller again. But I'm a 51-year-old woman, I've had 3 kids, my tummy also expands when I have carbs. So we just really want to see what it responds well to, what it doesn't respond well to. So on show day, I can eat some carbs and have a really beautiful, fuller muscles and look good, not look like a skin rabbit, but not have like a puffy belly either, which is probably my real weak spot in this petite bikini comp. Okay, so it's pretty late Wednesday night. I have driven 7.5 hours from Sydney to a place called Hay, which is pretty much halfway between Sydney and Adelaide. Tomorrow I hope to be driving to Adelaide. I was supposed to get up at like 5:30 and be gone by 6, but about 70 k's out of Hay, I noticed a red light come up on my dashboard, which was the battery and like an exclamation mark underneath that flashing. So I freaked out a little bit, called my partner, who is a bit of a legend when it comes to cars, and I quickly said to him, do I keep driving or do I just try and get to Hay ASAP? Because something was going on with the engine of my car, the lights were dimming, like, oh my God. So anyway, I turned off the aircon, that was Mark's advice, which helped with the light went off, thank God, but I could hear this like whirring noise in the engine, whistling noise, it's not good. And then when I put my foot on the clutch, I couldn't hear it. Oh my God. So anyway, don't know how, got into Hay 70 kilometers later, very calm, using all of my meditative skills that I have, and got the NRMA here. If you're not from Australia, NRMA is like a roadside assistance. And he was just blown away. He was just kind of like, how did you even make it here? Like, you have an alternator, this is layman's terms, it has a spindle with a fan belt running around it, which is attached, like a belt thing running around it, which is attached to a cog. And that whole cog piece of the alternator just fell out, which is pretty common in my make of car. But what is also common is that the fan belt then comes out. So whatever that's called, the belt thing. But that thing was still running around on the spindle, which was keeping everything going in the engine. If that thing had stopped, the whole car would have stopped. I would have been stranded. Days out from my competition, like 800 kilometres away from Adelaide on a country road. How high drama is that? So anyway, that didn't happen. The good news is that they're going to try and locate the part they're going to try and install it tomorrow, and then I can either be on the road tomorrow afternoon, get into Adelaide 7 hours away in the evening, or get halfway there and then just get there Friday. My plan is to get there on Friday, I'm supposed to. That horrific noise is my engine. That's how I drove back into Hay for about 70 kilometres a dash. Wow, what a night. There was a massive exercise in mindfulness and focusing and just breathing through stress, wondering if my car would be fixed today or not. So I heard from Warren at 8:30 this morning, like he said he would. Turns out Warren is the NRMA guy, plus he's also the Toyota service guy. So he has my car now. It's 9 o'clock in the morning and he's gonna fix it for me. He found a part in town, which is pretty cool. This is only a small country town in outback New South Wales. And he's going to fix it for me today so I can get on the road. Not sure what time I'll get on the road, but at least I will be on the road and at my posing training session 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, come what may, whatever it looks like, whatever condition I'm in, I'll be there. Oh my God, it's like 9:30 at night, finally here. I'm staying at the most beautiful little place in Adelaide, and I'm going to do a little walkthrough of it before I mess it all up and bring all my crap in. It's so nice. I'm so tired. And it's just so lovely, seriously. This is the apartment. Beautiful bathroom. Let's have a look at this. Oh, I just love Federation style. So nice. Oh my God, I'm going to be so happy in here, cooking all my prep meals. Nice artwork. This is the lounge room, obviously. Gorgeous. Very, very French provincial. This is where I'm going to collapse very shortly. A beautiful bedroom. Oh my God, I made it. I'm in Adelaide, it's so great. This is Glenelg Beach, it's so beautiful. It's about 6:30 in the morning here and I'm just about to do my final workout. 3 days to go until I compete. It's a busy schedule. I've got to do my workout now, go buy some food because I got in so late last night I couldn't buy food. Quickly cook up my carbs and a bit of protein this morning, then I'm going to go and finally meet Emma, which is great, my coach who's been based here in Adelaide this whole time. Never met her. It's been nearly 2 years, so it's so exciting. Going to go to her studio, do a final posing practice, and then after that I'm going to go and get my first base tan. Then after that I'm going to go and check in and get my number, my competitor number and my goodie bag. So and then I'm probably going to have a sleep because I've only had about 4.5 hours sleep because I was so wired from caffeine from the big drive last night. So very, very excited. Here, and I want you to land arms forward, out with the left knee through the step. Yep, and then perfect. So I just did my first face-to-face posing session with my coach Emma. I met her for the first time, which is so sweet. She's just bloody beautiful. So funny when you meet somebody in person for the first time. We both were like, oh my God, this is what you look like. I know what you look like, but you never get a sense of somebody's size, if they're tall, if they're short. That was a really good session. Just quickly ran through my formal wear routine, which I haven't done before, and a lot to do in the next couple of days before show day on Sunday, but feeling really good. Today's Friday, it's Friday morning. I'm finally in Adelaide, thank Christ. And she's so sweet. She gave me a present. This is the card, and it says, to Melissa, we are finally here, after all the trials and tribulations of trying to get here in the past 2 years. The universe threw everything your way and you navigated it all through like a champion. So proud of you. Let's get you on stage. Love, Em. And a really gorgeous necklace with her logo, which is a triangle, which stands for determination, dedication, and I think discipline is the third D. So pretty excited to bring this home on Sunday. I'm really feeling focused. I'm not really that nervous or excited. It's just focused. So yeah, I like this aspect of my personality. I really like what this sport brings out in my personality. it's been, you know, a really massive year. I just started reflecting for a moment what that necklace means, and when I put it on, it's very much this year, this whole leading up to doing this experience, body sculpting, was, I got really committed. I really wanted it. So I came back in and I stuck to the plan, you know, 95%. And then in the last 18 weeks of the final prep, I think I stuck to the plan like 98%. You know, I was really dedicated. And I had lots of stumbling blocks. You know, a partner of mine said that, you know, while he admires what I do and everything, he's not really into it. So he would possibly not continue our relationship if I stay doing this. Not because he's a prick. I don't think it's very understanding, but, you know, it's just not for him. It's not something that he really wants to do. I think it was very confronting for him watching my dedication, and you know, I just couldn't drop things and eat anywhere. I had to always say, well, can I get fish and salad there? You know, no, I can't get pizza, sorry. No, I can't drink, you know. Yes, I have to go train. And he was always really cool like that. He didn't begrudge me doing it, but he just said it's not for him to be with somebody as dedicated as I am to something. Why is it that people don't just accept people when they have a dream and a vision and how hard they have to work for it? Why are you put in a position where you need to choose between a partner or what it is that your goal and dream that you have for yourself? And I really understand why some people say it is easier actually to be single when they have a big vision and a big dream, so they don't have to consider anybody else. They actually just focus on what it is that they're doing and don't have to minimize themselves or don't have to make allowances for that person, their partner. I find that really sad, because I think if I had a partner that was half as dedicated as me, I'd love it. I'd be really proud of them and support them, love the person, love all of them. Yeah, interesting. Just when I looked at that necklace, it really symbolized to me what that means when I wear it, what kind of person you have to be to do the sport of bodybuilding or body sculpting. It actually is, it isn't for the faint-hearted. This 18 weeks and now this final week of peak week, you know, it really is dedication. Knowing who you are, I've learned a lot about myself and being uncompromising and really centered and grounded in who I am. So for the days where you don't feel so great, you don't lose the plot and you just stick with the program. Oh wow, what a day. What I wanted to show you is you might see that I've got my first layer of tan on. It's super dark, so my face hasn't been done, but the rest of my body has been, and it's crazy, crazy, crazy dark. So I'll show you my legs in a minute. I walked past the lady when I was coming in who owns the Airbnb, and she was a little bit concerned. And I said, I've got a special suit that I wear from head to toe. I've got a sheet that I put myself in like a cocoon, and I've also got like a spare pillowcase that I put on the bed. So, but like she's gonna be watching me like a hawk now. But I'm also pretty excited because I picked up my bag with my number 76. I've never done this before, you know, I'm a first timer, so it's very exciting. I'm gonna open it up and see what's in there. All right, let's have a look. And just for anyone's out of interest, I'm sitting on a beach towel. I'm not getting anything on this. Oh my gosh, I got a lanyard, a backstage pass for my trainer. My number, my new lucky number, 76. That's super cool. But this, honestly, this is the most important thing. So I've got two of those. One goes in the front, one goes in the back, I think. And I've got to memorize that number so I'm not a numbskull. Hey, how pleasant is this? So I've been off the air for about 24 hours from making anything towards the vlog. I've just been really focusing on what I need to do. I was actually really worn out and tired and a bit emotional, a bit dramatic in my thinking yesterday, so I just refrained from vlogging. I think I was really burnt out from the big drive to get here and just all the emotions and stress around that. And also feeling a bit unsupported by people that I love, you know, went into the woe is me story, rather than just kind of like realise and accept that not everyone's going to travel 15 hours to come and support you and see you. Just because you would doesn't mean that they would, and it's okay, you know. That's one of my biggest lessons in life, is that everyone's just doing their own thing, their own journey, and what's right for me and the perfect expression of love for me is different for somebody else. You know, it's okay. And I should be doing this anyway for myself, because I've done most of this training and everything by myself. It's okay that people can support me from afar. So anyway, all that said, I've had a great morning. Did about an hour's posing practice this morning. Pre-prepped all my food for today. Em's got me eating chicken, asparagus, and a little bit of sweet potato. So I'm still on the carbs, some rice cakes, strawberries, a little bit of avocado. Nothing too major. I'm not exercising today. My weight has just plateaued. For the past 3 days, it's bang on the same weight, 52.9 kilos, which is tiny for me. That's a 10 kilo loss from where I started, which is a lot when you're a small frame anyway. I did find out, oh my God, yesterday, this is also what put me in a bit of a downer. I found out I'm the only person in my division in the bikini 50 plus. It's only me. And that was my biggest fear. I didn't want to be the only person. I want to win gold, but I don't want to win gold because no one else is there. I am competitive, you know. It's not about winning the medal, it's about personal achievements. So while I'm going up in the 40-year-old category, I want to be the best woman on that stage in that category. I'm going in bikini mamas. There's 11 chicks in that. I'll be up against women in their 20s. I want to be as good as I can be in those categories. I'll be in Ms. Runway. There'll be definitely 20-year-old chicks in that. Again, I want to be the best I can be in that. So. Hey, so it's the night before my show, which is a pretty big deal. In true Melissa style, I've just been learning my last routine I'm doing ICN, and in ICN you can do angels or you can do formal wear. So I'm doing formal wear, which I think is called Ms. Runway, and I didn't have a routine. So Emma taught it to me yesterday. She just came up with one on the spot. I had such a busy day today. I already checked in when I was down at the beach, and I went and saw Emma compete. I came back, had some food, and I thought, I better learn that routine now. Anyway, it's hard as hell. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I adapted it basically to something that I would understand and know. So I don't recommend learning a routine at all the night before, but you know, like runway's a bit fun. I'm just in a dress and I'm just sort of flouncing around, and I reckon I can just kind of wing it. And you know, the most important thing for me was actually doing bikini. So I've practiced that down pat. I can always get better, but I just don't feel like I'm going to get better between tonight and tomorrow. So I've stopped practicing that. I'm just doing runway, which is actually kind of fun. So God knows how I'm going to go tomorrow up against all the 20-year-olds. But anyway, we'll see. Yeah, it's the night before. Okay, so as promised, here is what I'm packing. And I'm taking it all in a bucket because I actually just find that heaps easier to get things in and out of and to sort of visualize. So yeah. Here goes, there's a lot of stuff we've got to take. Okay, so here's the trusty bucket I was telling you about. And I've just got my heels in it for the evening wear and various types of undies, a beautiful kimono wrap to put over my bikini, a great t-shirt from Emma as well to put over my tan. That's there. And then here we go, this is the important stuff. I've got my shoes, yes, bling bling shoes. I've got my beautiful bikini in there. Top and bottom, yep, with extra padding. I've got my spare bikini there, and I've got my jewelry. I've got like all the silver jewelry for my bikini, and I've got like some gold stuff just in case for my beautiful evening wear. I've got a towel so I can sit on that and not get things filthy with my tan. I'm just taking my own makeup. I'm not even 100% sure why, just Em said to. We've got my spare shoes, got some hairspray, some extra jewelry. This is my various lipsticks because I couldn't decide. Nail polish, and as you can see, I haven't even done my nails yet, so that's the last job before I go to bed. Spare nails in case I rip one off like I did the other day. I'm spewing. I have beautiful natural nails anyway. And then in here, some interesting stuff. This is really cool stuff. This is nail glue, just in case I like, you know, you split them on the side somewhere. And then here we have shower cap, just for protecting me, you know, when they do the spray tan if needed. This is the peewee. This thing is cool. So that sort of, sits where it's supposed to sit, and then that just comes out of the spout. Because apparently urine is one of the worst things that can happen to your fake tan, and that would be ever so embarrassing to have that kind of evidence when you're up on stage. And wet ones to get that hideous fake tan off when you're done. Plus I've got just a jacket here, and I've got just a bag which I'm putting stuff in, journaling, writing. I've got an iPad for my sister who's going to be there, and she's going to just take video footage. I've got a charger, and spare change of clothes for afterwards. You can't forget that. Like, what are you going to leave in? And here we go. This is my gorgeous evening dress. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my gosh, I can't forget that thing. I rented that. I didn't pay for it. To buy it would be crazy money, but I rented it for a couple $100, which I think is a bargain. This is the food that Emma wanted me to take. I'm so good to buy these and not eat them. A beautiful massive box of favourites to share with everybody, because that's just me. And my favourite, which I won't be sharing, I love this chocolate. Desperately hope she says let's eat the chocolate. There's some lollies there. Good old rice cakes, I've come to love them. An avocado, a couple of bananas, apple. I forgot to buy the sultanas, so hopefully I've just chucked in some strawberries and some almonds. Hopefully they'll kind of make do. And I've got some nice jams, honey, Manuka honey, of course, and then 2 different types of peanut butter, salted and unsalted. And I'll be chucking in my meal, my protein meal, chicken and sweet potato and asparagus in there, if that's required. And pretty funnily enough, I left my drink bottle in the car, so I'll need to put some water in there, and I'll just be sipping water tomorrow. Just coincidentally, I was at the IFBB thing today watching Emma. I sat next to the ICN dude who runs the backstage, Jason. Hey, Jason. And he was telling me exactly what I thought. He said all the young girls get incredibly nervous before going on. He said some of them are in the fetal position, and the energy is really nutty backstage. Whereas I feel like I'm a singer, part-time, and I present for my work and my business. I've presented to hundreds of people before. I'm very confident on stage, so perhaps what they have in more muscle and the ability to build muscle more in younger, fresher bodies, perhaps what my advantage over them is calmness, collectedness, professionalism, confidence, self-assuredness, not cockiness, so who knows? Who knows? I can talk it up, but there's only one woman, I found out, I don't know if I said that earlier, there's only one woman in the over 50s division, and that's me, and that's super disappointing to me. I'll compete against the 40-year-old women, but and then I'll also be in the mamas, which my partner thought was hilarious, being a bikini mama. He found that very funny. And then I'll also be in the evening wear against 20-year-olds as well. But so at least they get the opportunity to compete. But I want to encourage more women into this sport. Like, I only started doing this seriously I started last year, but I only started really seriously doing it, seriously doing it from January. And I can see all the gaps where I could have been even more serious. So I'm a bit excited about, competing tomorrow for my first time, but this is just the first step. I really hope that I love it, and really getting serious about building the lower half of my body, which I can see needs work. So anyway, somebody said that today. They said you're always constantly striving. You're never over there. You never ever make it. You've always got something you can do to improve your performance. So it's very exciting. I'm looking forward to it immensely. Next step is fingernails and then sleep. Hey guys, hope you really enjoyed watching that. If you do enjoy it, I do love it if you subscribe to my channel. I do love it if you share this content with your friends and make a comment below, and I'll answer you back, because that really helps me grow and it really helps me with the algorithms. I'm just really a baby at doing this in the algorithms, and would love as much help as I can get. My goal is to really help a lot of people in the middle of their life that really are going through stuff, and they want to just do their life better and be happier and be more connected to themselves and feel more confident in themselves, hence why it's called Connected and Confident. So love it if you share this. I also have a website you can go check out, melissajscott.com, and I got some online courses there if you are interested in learning anything about content creation, rockstar personal branding, and I am launching a confidence course which is coming out too, and a meditation course. So there's a whole lot of stuff there for you to check out and to interact with me. Shoot me a message. I'm very friendly, love chatting to people, and hope to see you in many more videos and podcast episodes to come.